I've been reading about a lot of disappointment about the Thunderfoot Ray Comfort video. The atheist side seems to think that Thunderfoot would be able to own him, and they felt let down. To be honest, I was not surprised at all. Being raised in the church, I know their tactics, and I know how much they can throw off your arguments off course through sheer aggravation and the shock that they are completely unreasonable and have no interest in learning. Thunderfoot spent all his mental energy trying to educate Ray, who didn't care about anything he was saying, and was just able to jump around him by repeating the same thing over and over again and quote the Bible. Arguments I have heard all my life. This is why Dawkins doesn't debate Christians. They don't care about facts, just about being right by making you seem wrong. This may be the first time he has been around someone so adamantly dogmatic. It really messes with your head. Thunderfoot has probably never been embedded in Christianity and doesn't know how they think. The way the discussion ran, anytime Thunderfoot started discussing something technical, which every argument needs, Ray would get bored and jump off onto a different topic like a kid with ADD. Christians hate complicated. They like simple. That's why we were able to invade Iraq by being talked down to like children. As far as they are concerned, if it's above a 6th grade level of complexity, it's too boring. Plus, they may secretly fear seeing the big picture because it makes them feel uncomfortable and insignificant. They have no interest in learning new things unless it backs up what they already believe. Ray also assumed to know what Thunderfoot believed or thought on certain topics, and when Thunderfoot disagreed, like on the issue of punishment, the subject had to be debated and go off topic, which points out that to debate a Christian requires many debates on just specific topics and not a generalized debate on the meaning of everything. There is way too much they don't know that you have to educate them on. I think several people on YouTube believe that they could have done a better job debating, but without being hostile, I highly doubt it. If you want to know what it feels like, go to a local church and try to debate their most certain member. YouTube doesn't count, it's too impersonal. If you can end cordially without getting angry with a string of profanities or throttling the person because it feels like you're beating your head against a wall and you just wasted your brain power and educational energy that would have been better spent on a monkey, then come back and give Thunderfoot a hard time. I myself would have had about a 50-50 shot of having a good debate with Ray. On one hand, I know the tricks he uses, and that they all use, and I know how to use a strong enough personality to not get off topic and take him to task on the very things that finally sent me to doubting my own faith. Thunderfoot doesn't know what it feels like to be Ray. I do. So I have the advantage there, as I had to do serious research into all fields before I finally realized that I could give up my faith. I also know the Bible like the back of my hand, probably even more than Ray does, so I have the advantage there. The reason why it would be 50-50 is because of the emotional brainwashing that's still ingrained into me. Anytime I try and debate a Christian, I get thrown off by keywords that trigger emotional responses that I'm spending my mental energy fighting. Also, if you've been trapped in, say, a wooden crate for 20 years, like I was in Christianity, you tend to have a nervous reaction to seeing any wooden crate. There is a mix of fear and Stockholm Syndrome that you have to fight the feeling of the comfort of certainty. I had some Mormons try and witness to me a few years ago after my deconversion. I thought I'd be able to take them on with all the knowledge I had and arguments I had learned. But the certainty with no evidence that they had literally had my voice quivering, and I lost the debate because of that conditioned response. I just basically needed them to leave at all costs. The debate and my example are two reasons why there are still Christians in the world today. Non-ex-Christians can't debate because they have too much educating to do in too little time, and they are boggled at someone who doesn't care about learning or knowledge, and they just want to be right at all costs. Ex-Christians are suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, so we know all the ways they manipulate, but we have to fight all the emotions they have programmed us with. As a former creationist, it took many debates with people before I began to question what I believe. It took so many little pieces of education to finally change me from a Christian into a thinker. Thank you.